Let's take a look at the drawing tools in Adobe Illustrator CS3. Of course, it wouldn't quite be a drawing application if we couldn't draw, so we have a set of tools located right here that we can use to create artwork. First of all, we have our pen tool, which we'll talk about in depth in an upcoming lesson. But with the pen tool, you're able to draw out vector paths based on points and curves. And once again, we're going to cover this later on. We also have the type tool. Now you might be asking, why would I include this as a drawing tool? Because in design, type is just as important as the artwork itself, and there are many type tools. And we're going to talk more about these guys in depth as well. But type is a very critical part to a design. And when I used to teach at college, I would notice that my students would often leave the type as a second thought. And of course, being the nice guy that I was, I would give them a D. But then again, I would correct them and tell them how to use type as effectively as the artwork itself. So keep that in mind. It's very critical. If you have weak type, you weaken the design. We also have the line segment tool. And what you can do with these tools here is create straight lines. As you see here, I can draw a line. And I'm simply moving my mouse and I'm creating just something like a starburst. And you could draw a circle here to create the effect. I'll press Command or Control A and hit delete to get rid of all those guys. We also have the arc tool, which is really cool as well. And what you can do is move your mouse around until you're happy with the way the arc looks and draw it out. This is great for drawing cartoon hair on a character, or spider legs, sunbursts, or anything. We also have the spiral tool, which is quite fun. And if you're really good, you can hypnotize people with it. So you can draw out the spiral and hold the mouse down and spin it around like this. You will send me a new Macintosh G5. You will do this now. And as you see here, you can really create some cool stuff with that. And it could be a nice design element for water or hair or anything. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. We also have the rectangular grid tool and the polar grid tool, which I'll talk about when we get to the section on grids. We also have some shape tools here. We have rectangle, rounded rectangle, ellipse, and so on. And we'll deal with these tools to talk about how to use them later on. But just quickly, I'll show you. You can simply draw out a shape. And you let go of the mouse when you're happy with it. We also have a brush here. And the brush will allow you to draw paths. And they have points. And you can do whatever you like with this. You can draw any kind of shape that you like. And we also have the pencil tool, which works in the same way. We have the pencil tool, the smooth tool, and the path eraser tool, which we'll talk about later on as well. But just to show you, you can draw lines or paths with the pencil. And as I mentioned earlier, you're able to create a path that has points. And that's really what vector artwork is all about. So these are your drawing tools, your pen, the type tool, your segment tools, your shape tools, the brush, the pencil, and its friends in here.